My own brother just put a sword through my chest. The man I followed my entire life, he's smiling while I bleed out. Holy hell. This is actually how I died. His blade is in my throat now. Slow. He wants me to feel. Cyan Vert, the hero. The righteous son everyone loves, and I spent 27 years being his shadow. I killed for him, bled for him, cleaned up every mess he ever made. I was the continent's greatest assassin. Nobody knew my name. They only knew his. And the second I wasn't useful anymore, he gutted me like a stray dog. Thank you for your service, he says. Are you kidding me? Thank you for my service. My vision is going dark. I can feel my heartbeat slowing. And the last thing I think is one word. Regret. Not for dying. For wasting my whole life on him. Then everything goes black. So, this should be the end. It wasn't. I open my eyes, and I'm staring at a ceiling I haven't seen in almost 30 years. Wait, what? What? My hands are small. Too small. Soft. No. Scars on them. I sit up, and my whole body feels wrong, light, weak. There's a mirror across the room. I look into it, and 10-year-old kid looks back at my 10-year-old face. No way. I'm back. I'm actually back 20-7 years into the past. In my own childhood body, the assassin's mind. The child's body. Let me explain where I just landed, because this place is a snake pit. I'm Cyan Vert, youngest son of Duke Wallace Vert, the Vert family. Sword and magic nobility. One of the strongest houses on the continent. And in this house I am a joke, the illegitimate one, the talentless one, the kid everyone forgot. My father, the Duke, looks at me like I'm furniture, the Duchess. Not my mother, just my father's wife, hates me on sight. My half-brother Crayons treats me like a punching bag with legs. And in my last life, I just took it. I bowed, I served. I died for these people. Not this time. Because here's what nobody in this mansion knows. The talentless kid they're laughing at spent a lifetime as the deadliest man alive. I know every secret of this family, every betrayal coming, every disaster. I know how everyone in this house dies, including me, if I play it the way I did before. Great. So I have all the knowledge, and the body of a malnourished child. This is going to be fun. There's one person in this house who doesn't treat me like garbage. My older sister, Alice Vert. In my last life, she was the only one who ever defended me, the only one who cried when I was beaten down. And the only one I couldn't protect. She walks in, sees me sitting up, and her whole face lights up. You're awake. You collapsed during training again, you idiot. I look at her, and something in my chest cracks. She's alive. She's young. She's whole. She has no idea what's coming for this family, but I do. And this time I'm going to be ready. I just smile and tell her I'm fine. Big lie. I'm not fine. My head is full of a future that hasn't happened yet. But step one is simple. Stop being weak. So I start training in secret. At night, when the mansion sleeps, the problem is a 10-year-old body has limits. My mind knows 1,000 killing techniques. My muscles can barely lift a wooden practice sword. It's like being a master pianist with broken fingers. Every night I push past the pain. Every night I collapse. And every night I get back up, because I remember what the top of the mountain feels like. I just have to climb it again. Faster this time, but strength alone won't save me in this house, in the Vert family. You're nothing without a weapon worthy of your name, and that's where the real story starts, deep in the family vault. There's a sword no one can touch, a cursed blade, sealed, forbidden. Every Vert who tried to wield it went insane or died, so naturally. Everyone says stay away from it, so naturally. I go straight for it, because I know what that sword actually is, in my last life. I never got the chance to claim it, this time. I'm not waiting. I slip into the vault at night, past the guards, past the wards, and there it is. Black blade, cold air rolling off it like smoke. The second my hand touches the grip, a voice explodes in my skull. Who dares? A woman's voice, furious, ancient, right. Inside my head, the sword is alive. This isn't just a weapon. It's a spirit, a demon bound in steel. Her name is Kaeram, and she eats the souls of everyone who tries to wield her. I'll devour you whole, little human. Great, just great. A sword that wants to eat me, But here's the thing about me. I don't beg. I don't kneel. I lived a whole life on my knees for Ashel, and look how that ended, So I look this furious demon spirit dead in the eye, and I tell her no. I tell her if she wants to devour someone, fine, but she's going to do it standing next to me. Not under me, She goes quiet. Nobody's ever talked to her like that. She's used to terror, begging, worship, and here's this 10-year-old with the eyes of a killer, completely unafraid. She likes it. And she hates that she likes it, From that night on, Kaeram is mine. Sort of. She's the most bipolar partner you can imagine. One minute she's helping me. The next she's threatening to swallow my soul, like a girlfriend who can't decide if she loves you or wants you dead. But she's power. Real power. The kind this family can't ignore. And I'm about to need every bit of it, because the Duke just announced something. A trial for all his children. A dual tournament to prove who's worthy of the Vert name. Asterisk. And guess who everyone expects to lose first? Me, the Duchess can barely hide her smile. My half-brother Kranz is grinning at me from across the hall. The brat? He's older. Trained his whole life. Talented, and he's already decided I'm his warm-up. Try not to cry too much. Little brother, he tells me. He has no idea who he's talking to. Big mistake. The day of the trial. The whole family gathers. The Duke sits at the head. Cold and silent, and the matchups are set, me. Versus Cranz, the crowd already. Thinks it's over. A talentless boy against a trained noble swordsman. They're not wrong about the boy. They're very wrong about what's inside him. Kranz comes at me fast, showing off, playing to the crowd, in my old life. This kind of arrogance got men killed. I let him swing. I read every movement before he makes it, to them. It looks like I'm dodging by luck, to me. He's moving in slow motion. Then I stop dodging, one step in. Inside his guard. Where a swordsman never wants you to be. I don't kill him. I want to. But I don single quotes T. I just take him apart. His sword goes flying. He hits the ground. My blade is at his neck. Silence. Dead silence in the hall. The talentless youngest son just destroyed the family prodigy. And for the first time in 2 lifetimes of my father, the Duke looks at me. Really looks at me, like he's seeing me for the first time. The Duchess's smile is gone. Her face is white. That's a good look on her. Honestly, Kranz is staring up at me from the floor like I'm a ghost. In a way. I sheathe my sword and walk out without a word. Let them talk. Let them wonder. The shadow just stepped into the light. But getting noticed by the Duke comes with a price, because now I'm useful. And useful people get set into danger. My father's first order. A monster's been spotted in Lemia Valley. Beast nobody's been able to handle. So he sends his newly impressive youngest son to deal with it. A test. Survive and prove the duel wasn't a fluke. So I head into the valley with a small group. And the moment I get there, my blood goes cold. I know this place. In my last life, this valley was a slaughter, soldiers torn apart. A massacre buried in family records. This isn't a beast. It's something far worse. The fog rolls in. The temperature drops, and out of the mist it comes. Something that should not exist on this side of the world. A creature from the demon realm. This is bad. Really bad. My team freezes in terror. I don't have time to be afraid. I've fought worse. I've been worse. I send the others back and step forward alone. Just me, Kaeram, and a monster from another world. Finally, Kaeram whispers in my head, "Let me out." The fight is brutal, fast, ugly. This thing is stronger than anything a 10-year-old should face. But I'm not really 10. Am I? I bait it. I bleed it. I find the one opening it doesn't know it has, and I drive Kaeram straight through it. The valley goes silent. The fog lifts. I'm standing over a dead demon, covered in black blood, barely breathing. And that's when I realize something terrifying. The demons are coming back, early, years before they should. The future, I remember, is already changing. Some things are happening sooner. Some worse. Which means my perfect memory of what's coming, less reliable by the day. Wonderful. The one advantage I had, slipping through my fingers, but there's no time to panic. Because word of my miracle in the valley travels fast. All the way to the top. The Emperor himself. Emperor announces a tour of the front lines. A royal procession to inspect the borders. To boost morale. And every noble house has to send a representative. The Duke sends me. So now I'm a child standing in a royal camp surrounded by the most powerful people. Alive, and that's where I meet her. A girl with long white hair and red eyes. Princess Arin Severus, the 5th princess, the illegitimate one, the one nobody respects. I know her. Oh, I know her. In my last life they called her the tragic princess, framed for treason, cast out, died alone and sick on the edge of the empire. A good person, crushed by people who weren't. And right now she's standing in front of me, alive with no idea any of that's coming. She's curious about me. The boy who survived the valley. We end up by the Blood River, this eerie red water near the front. I tell her stories about the demon world to pass the time, half to entertain her, half to test how she reacts to darkness. She listens with these wide, frightened, fascinated eyes. She's kind. Genuinely kind. Rare in this world, and then everything goes wrong. A troll. Out of nowhere. Charging straight at her. She freezes. Of course she freezes. She's never fought anything. I'm too far. I won't reach her in time. This is it. This is where the tragic princess dies even earlier than before. Then, a blur cuts across the field. My maid. Emily. Except. She's not really a maid. She moves faster than any human. Shoot and drops the troll in one strike. Arin is on the ground, shaking, alive, and she's staring at me and my servant like she's just seen the truth, because she has. Nothing about me is what it seems, and she just figured that out, but the front isn't done with us yet, because the real horror hasn't shown up. Devil Dragon. One of the most catastrophic things the demon realm can spit out. It descends on the camp and the whole front collapses into chaos. Soldiers running. Knights dying. The sky on fire, and somehow I end up face to face with it, a 10-year-old. Against a calamity. My heart should be pounding. It isn't, because I've decided something. I am never going to be helpless again. Not in this life. So I fight a dragon I have no business fighting. I don't beat it. Let's be honest. Nobody beats that thing solo, but I survive it. I hold it off. I walk away breathing, and the entire empire sees it. A child stared down a devil dragon and lived. After that, Arin comes to me with a proposal. An alliance. Her and me. Two outcasts against everyone above them. In my last life I'd have laughed at the idea of trusting royalty. This life, I'm still careful. So I tell her no. Not yet. Prove you're worth it first. She doesn't get angry. She gets determined. And that determination is exactly what's going to change her fate. Then, it gets bigger than I expected. The Emperor hears that I saved his daughter, the illegitimate princess nobody cared about, and the man starts thinking about a betrothal. Between Arin and me. Oh no, a political marriage, tying me to the imperial family. In one move I went from forgotten bastard son to the emperor's potential son-in-law. That should be a win. It's also a giant target painted on my back. Every power player on the continent just noticed me. Including the one person I never wanted to notice me too early. But before that storm hits, I have business in the dark, because to fight what's coming, I need answers from the demon world itself. The same realm that keeps leaking monsters into mine. So I go where no sane person goes, and I meet something that calls itself the strongest thing down there, a being of pure black mist. This is where I learn the truth about my own power. My Darkness Affinity. The thing that made me an assassin. It's not just high. It's the highest the world has ever recorded. 92%. Numbers like that aren't supposed to exist, and there's a reason they do. A reason tied to a god of the black mist, named Air. I file that name away. It matters. It'll matter a lot, but for now, I take what power I can and claw my way back home, stronger, colder, and carrying secrets that could get me killed. Then it's time for the place that decides everything for young Nobles, the Royal Academy, where the future leaders of the continent are made. Where alliances form, reputations are built, and enemies are buried. I remember this place. I remember everyone in it, and I'm walking in with a lifetime of cheat codes in my head. The entrance assessment tests your elemental attribute. Everyone lines up. Numbers flash. Polite applause. Then it's my turn. 92%. Darkness. The room goes. Dead silent. The proctors check the device twice. 3 times. Because nothing like that has ever been recorded in the Academy's history. Overnight, I'm not just the strange Vert boy. I'm the monster everyone's afraid to stand next to. Good. Fear keeps people at a distance. I like distance. Then I meet the people who refuse to keep their distance. First, a junior. A girl named Luna, Rain River, daughter of a grand mage, genius, mischievous, way too clever. And she's got a secret problem. Buried in her mana. In my last life, she was a wasted talent, used and discarded. This time I see it coming, so I help her fix it before it ruins her. She decides on the spot that I'm the most interesting person she's ever met. Now I can't get rid of her. Great. Then the trouble starts. There's a noble brat at the Academy named Barrett. Spoiled, cruel, the kind of rich kid who's never been told no, and he's decided to make Arin his target. He corners her, humiliates her, because she's the lowly, illegitimate princess. Wrong move, wrong day, wrong people watching. He has no idea I'm in the room, because I step in. I don't even raise my voice. I don't need to. I just let this brat feel, for 1 second, what it's like to be hunted by a predator. He breaks completely in front of everyone. And Arin watches the forgotten boy from the valley defend her. Again. Something shifts in her eyes. Respect. Real respect this time. After that, I give her the one piece of advice that changes her whole future. There's a knight, a commoner, one of the greatest blades alive, Resimus Klein. In my last life, I killed Resimus in a duel. We were enemies. It was a waste. This time I tell Arin to take Resimus as her own knight. Bind that loyalty before anyone else does. She listens. And just like that, the tragic princess starts building an army. She's not a victim in this timeline. Not if I have anything to say about it, but the Academy isn't just classes and rivalries. Something dark is moving underneath it, a cult. The disciples of the Black Mist. The same Black Mist, the same God. Air. They've sunk their roots into the Academy, and nobody's noticed. Nobody except the boy with 92% Darkness Affinity. Because their power and mine come from the same place. I can feel them like a smell in the air. And what I learn makes my blood run cold. They're not just a cult. They're a countdown. Their God is trying to wake up. And if he does, the world ends. In my last life, this disaster happened later. Much later. It's early. Just like the demons in the valley. Everything is accelerating. So I do what I do best. I hunt them in the shadows. I move through the Academy at night. Like the assassin, I never stopped. Being. One disciple at a time. Quiet, clean, gone. Before anyone wakes, a purge. Until I get close enough to feel the God himself stirring through them. Air. Watching. through the mist, through the disciples' eyes, and for one terrifying moment, the God looks right at me. He recognizes the darkness in me, calls me kin. No thanks. Hard no. I shut the connection down and walk away shaking. Because now a God knows my name. And gods don't forget, that was not part of the plan. Then comes the day everything in the academy comes to a HEADA sparring match. Public. The old school watching. The continent's greatest fencer is there as a guest. A living legend who's never lost. And the arrogant adults want to test the freak. Boy with the dark affinity. So they put me up against power that should crush me. But here's what they don't understand about an assassin. I don't fight to win the way they fight. I fight to end things. I take a legend apart in front of the whole academy, not with brute strength, with precision they can't even see, and when it's over, the whole continent has to admit it. The youngest son of Duke Vert isn't a fluke. He's a weapon. Then, in the middle of all this, I find something I didn't expect. Not power. Not an enemy, a child, a girl. But not a normal girl. She's a hybrid. Human and dragunkin, hunted, alone, treated like a monster because of what she is. And the second she sees me, she latches on and won't let go. She calls me Papa. What? No, I'm not. I am not a father. I'm an assassin. I try to put her down. She just clings tighter. Her name is Nana. And just like that, the man who trusts nobody has a daughter. She poses as my maid so nobody asks questions, but she doesn't do maid things. She just follows me around being adorable and terrifying. She'd tear apart anyone who touched me. And somewhere along the way I stopped pretending I didn't care. I should have known. The colder you act, the harder these people get under your skin. First Ellis, then Kaeram, then Arin. Now Nana. In my last life I died alone. This life I'm collecting a family I never asked for, and I'd kill for every one of them. Speaking of family. The storm I've been dreading finally reaches my sister. Ellis. Trouble is closing in on her, and it's tied to the family politics I remembered. In my old life. I was too weak to protect her. I failed her in the worst way a brother can. Not again. Whatever it takes. I step between Ellis and the people who want to use her. And for the first time, she sees what I really am. Not the talentless little brother she pitied. A protector with the eyes of someone who's killed before. She's scared and grateful, and she finally understands. Her little brother came back from somewhere dark to keep her safe, but protecting. The people I love means going where the real danger lives. The imperial city. The heart of the empire. The center of every plot on the continent. And the most dangerous nest of vipers I've ever walked into. I travel there with Arin, with the threads of a dozen skeins pulling at me. Because there's an event coming I remember all too well. A banquet. In my last life they called it the Bloody Banquet. A gathering of the empire's most powerful nobles and royals. And underneath the wine and the music, a massacre is being planned. A coup. Assassinations. Scapegoats lined up to take the fall. And in my last life, do you want to guess who got blamed for all of it? Arin, the treason charge that destroyed her. It starts here, at this banquet. This is the night that made her the tragic princess. Not this time. I swore it not, so I walk into the bloody banquet knowing exactly what's coming. The smiles, the toasts, the hidden blades behind every curtain. I can feel the killers in the room. I am one, after all. The plan is simple, ugly, and brilliant, stage chaos. Pin it on the illegitimate princess. Clear the board. And I'm going to burn that plan to the ground. The night begins beautiful and ends in screaming. When the violence erupts, I'm already moving. I cut through assassins they sent to do the killing. I drag the truth into the light before the lie can take hold. The scapegoat they chose doesn't fall, because the shadow protecting her is deadlier than the ones attacking her. By the end of the night, the banquet really is bloody. Just not with the blood they planned. Ari survives. Her name survives. Her future just changed forever, and the people who built this plot are left staring at a 10-year-old boy, wondering how everything went so wrong. I should feel victorious. Don't, because while I was saving her, I saw something I wasn't ready to see. A hand behind the plot. A mind too clever, too patient, too familiar. The way the pieces moved. The way the trap was built. I've seen that style before. I'd know it anywhere. It's his. SCHEL. My brother. The man who killed me. The man I came back to destroy. He's not waiting in the future like I thought. He's already here. Already moving. Already pulling strings in the dark. And the worst part? He doesn't even know who I am yet. He has no idea the brother he murdered is alive again. Watching him, but he will, because I just stepped right into the middle of his game. And I'm not the obedient shadow anymore. I look across the ruined banquet hall, through the smoke and the bodies, and somewhere out there, I can feel him. The clock just started. Last time he wrote the ending. This time I do.